Grand Rising Tribe, and welcome to another episode of Frequency Higher Talk. Today we'll be talking to our goddess Cleo, and she will be sharing with us her spiritual journey as well as holistic living. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere, don't touch nothing. Let's stay tuned for our goddess Cleo so we can go higher. Frequency Higher Talk, baby. We taking it there.
Cleo is my middle name. So I decided to actually go by Cleo when I decided to embrace all of who I am, including parts and shadows of myself that I didn't necessarily like when I started my spiritual journey some years ago. But just a little about me. I'm a mother. I am a business owner. I work in real estate, but I started my spiritual journey seriously, I would say about 10 years ago. But I've always been around like the occult or what people would consider metaphysics all my life. Grew up around the Christian church, as well as Jehovah Witnesses. Always had a voice in my mind that had questions that people couldn't answer for me. So thus started my own journey into the world of spirituality and occult and learning about that. So, and knowledge of self.
Mm.
I'm also an artist, so, but yeah.
You say you an artist?
I do different types of art, like create, just a creator, you know, in general,
Mm-hmm.
from music, clothes, painting,
Mm.
spoken word. So, different avenues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead, Fee.
I
Oh,
can't hear her.
your mic down, Fee.
All right. I said that's awesome. I love to hear that type of stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
um, I didn't know you was an artist. You do spoken word.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I've been writing for a long time. I don't have anything published because it just seemed like every time I would try to focus on capitalizing off of my creativities, I came across like certain blocks. So even though it comes to me naturally, what came across that was a little bit more easier for me to visualize and see myself in, and really that could sustain me as far as I feel like or feel and has sustained me is real estate. So I just kind of end up venturing into that. But the creativity is always there. I still create. I just mostly do it for myself now, just for the sake of getting that creativity out of there. I mean, we're all creators, because everybody automatically assume that just because you paint or do music, like that's the only form of creativity. And it's not like you could create recipes. I mean, you create your day in your mind. We're constantly creating our reality around us. So, the more creative and more out there your imagination is, the better, actually.
Mhm. Wow, that is so true. That is so
Yeah.
true.
So.
I'm always ways to come up with stuff.
I'm
You said
sorry, you
what,
have,
Fee?
Because I'm always looking at different ways to come up with stuff, new ideas.
yeah, creativity.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, so you don't got nothing like on Spotify, nothing like that, do you?
Um,
Um,
I don't know. It might be because there's a couple of things that I'm featured on.
okay,
Okay.
Um, like other artist stuff and everything. So I may be on there through their platform, but like nothing that is just strictly just my stuff.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. We might be on spot. I know on YouTube for sure. There's some
okay.
couple of songs on there that I'm featured on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just like create for the sake of creativity because it's a release, from the stress
Mm-hmm.
when you can just creating solutions to problems. I mean, that's where it started, you know.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, we always
So
be the one to come up with the problem solver. It always comes down to us to be the problem solver, no matter what it is.
yeah, absolutely. And especially, women and mothers and stuff, we have to, always find creative solutions when it comes to the kids and families and rearing and community and how to make a way out of nothing. That's how we got a lot of the soul food because we created something out of scraps.
Definitely.
you know
Definitely.
and even now, as a lot of people transition to veganism and still want to retain some of that food, and so we're getting real creative with those dishes as well, with coming up with solutions and stuff. So yeah, that's why I say, like, even just like with the world and everything that's going on today, with, like, the problems and all of these distractions that they have going on with TV programming, social media, news and stuff, is to get you to focus on the reality they want you to create, where and focus on the problems to create more problems, as opposed to us focusing on what we would like reality to look like, so we can find more solutions.
Mm.
You're a little choppy.
I'm sorry, I was choppy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me see. Uh,
Take your
okay,
time.
what about now? Am I still good?
Technology.
Uh oh, that's that energy coming through. Hold on, let me see if that'll help. Okay. Lord Jesus. Okay.
Come on, ancestors. Oh shit, get click back in, Fee. How you been, Fee?
I'm good. As soon as she went out, it got clear.
Yeah, it did. Maybe she click back in. Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing great, God. Just a little tired, but I'm doing great. How you things going over there in Detroit, Michigan?
It's been a little up and down, but it's getting back on track now. So but I'm pushing through. I'm a little exhausted, so it's like I've been ripping and running the whole since Monday. But I'm here now. So they go to
That's good.
goddess. Can you hear us now?
She
I
froze.
did. It's very static. I don't know the frequency and the energy over here. It's just
Yeah, it's still static in.
Yeah, it's a little staticky.
But yeah, Fee, everything's starting to get back on track now. So
Okay. Yeah, well that's
it's good.
good.
Yeah,
With elevation it
okay.
comes to, so we just have to deal with it as it comes. We know how to deal with it already. So as it
yeah,
comes, we just deal with it and keep moving.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't let nothing stop us.
So I wanna give a shout out to Too Bright on over here on 6 Mile in Illinois in Detroit. She the one that made the
Oh,
frequency higher talk shirts for us. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to her. And we definitely gonna have more merch from the frequency higher talk part real soon, So definitely be on the lookout for that, y'all.
that's good.
Um
I'm looking forward
how's
to it.
Mr. E doing?
Doing good, working as we speak. He don't never
Okay.
stop.
I'm like me.
He'll never stop working, man. He's so good. Yeah, but he's doing good. Yep. Like I say, it's more elevation. We just got a lot going on, and we're
Yeah.
putting out to use, and we doing what we do.
Mhm. You doing what we do. You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right
Doing
about
what
that. Yeah. So um so the goddess come back in.
yeah, we'll keep it
Um
pushing.
so
We was
you
talking
I see you got your podcast going too on your side too. That's good.
Yeah,
Getting that together. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
So
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We got to get the word out.
mhm. Yeah, we
By
definitely
any
do.
necessary.
Okay.
Yep, by any means.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
It's
all
still
right.
breaking up because my internet for some reason is acting really great right now.
Yeah, it was doing good for a man. Now it's just breaking up. We can hear you, but it's like it's just breaking up a little bit.
We
Y'all
got time.
breaking up.
Yeah, we still got time. You go ahead and try to fix it.
Yeah.
But so what else you got going, Fee?
Oh, that's just basically it. Just trying to get everything in order,
Okay.
business wise, and business is coming along. We making it happen, man.
Yeah.
We are happen over here. We on Black Wall Street. We in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and
Hmm.
they on it over here. They
Oh
on it.
wow.
So I'm loving every moment of it. Even our spiritual part, and the wave, the woke wave
Yeah.
that's coming through. Every day we're speaking to different people, learning different things, different experiences.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Every time I watch Tulsa Kings, I always think about y'all in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
that's what everybody.
uh,
Yeah, because they actually stopped taping it in Tulsa.
they who?
They stopped taping it in Tulsa. Yeah,
Oh
it's
wow,
a
I didn't know that.
yeah. The mayor, political stuff. They didn't want it here, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But we have advertisement here for people being in it. If you want to be in
Wow.
it. But
Wow.
things is moving. Speaking with
Yeah.
what's going on in the news, boy, the spiritual world is revealing everything and exposing everybody. From the top
And
to the bottom, and I love it.
yeah, I'm. Hey, I got. Hey, they say get your popcorn ready. I got my popcorn ready. I'm just sitting back. It's like a movie right now. Like man, they just getting exposed from left and right. And a lot of people said it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people said they finna get exposed, and it's really coming. So to all y'all who think that spirit, that what they call us, the conscious community, and they think we
Generation.
crazy. Yeah, they think we crazy. Now y'all starting to see what we talking about for years. Conspiracy theory, like I conspiracy, y'all not y'all crazy. No, we know what we talking about.
They're gonna make up other stuff to make it look like they doing something, but y'all ain't doing nothing. We see you for who you are, and we see it for what it is.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely.
Yep. You ready,
Yeah,
Goddess?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm ready. I was as I was listening to y'all, I was just gonna
uh,
say, we got to beware of even the conspiracies, because they infiltrate that with some misinformation as well.
put your camera on.
Oh, my camera not on. Hold on.
Mhm.
Oh, it's showing me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just breaking new connects will appear. I don't know what's going on. It shows that I am on camera on my end.
Mm.
Yeah, front camera. Yeah. Can you see me now?
No, no, we can't even
No.
see you. It's a black screen.
You can hear me
You
though?
can hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
We can hear you real clear now. Yeah,
Okay, well, I maybe we just had to settle for the sound and not the visual, because I can
yeah.
see myself and I pushed the thing, so maybe I'm supposed to not be seen right now. you know.
Uh, but go ahead. What you were saying now?
No, I was just saying, like, even with the conspiracy theories, because we had, well, so-called theories, we know that some of them are true, but they are using that as a way to put in misinformation into the community as well. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to be wary of the information, like really tune in to our intuition and use our critical thinking skills when it comes to some of this stuff, you know. And a lot of people that's just now catching up, they, I guess, you know, they gonna be catching up like mustard.
Catch up, Master. Right.
But
Yeah.
Yep. I look at it now, if you ain't got it by now, I don't know when you're going to get it because the evidence is right there. You know, you don't really
yeah,
have to do it. It's, at first, we were living in a time when, we didn't know. You couldn't get the evidence. The evidence is right there now.
right.
So nobody be stupid, you know. Just catch a hold. When you see the movement, I always say, catch hold.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's very
That's
true.
so true. That's so true.
You ain't
Miss Cleo, how you so you've been on a spiritual journey for 10 years. How
Yeah.
how has it been? Or these 10 years. Is it did you ever want to go back to I say the other side, or or you just
Well,
wanted to
let me
stay?
clarify. I was never really on the other side. I was always outskirts of the other side, even as a kid,
You did tell me
because
that.
I
Yep, you so
never
right about
believed in everything that was told to me. Like some of the stuff just didn't make sense to me as a kid. Like when, like for example, like I said, with Jehovah Witnesses, I grew up around them. Thousand people would be saved, and if you don't believe in Jehovah, then you basically gonna be going to hell, which their hell version of hell is basically you're not resurrected, your soul doesn't go to an eternal fire, but the hell is grave for them. For them the hell is grave, like in the dirt. But I always had the question, like, what about this person that's off in South America or Africa that have their own cultural beliefs? Even as a child, I mean, I knew that they didn't necessarily believe what we believed in. And that just didn't make sense to me, that if this is God that created everything and everybody, that God, the goddess or the energy that created us would damn them to not be resurrected because they didn't know about Jehovah. Like that just didn't make no sense to me.
that,
Mm,
that
So
just
I always was on the outskirts. Um
yeah.
Also, like when I would ask preachers questions, they didn't couldn't answer my questions. So I never really was in like Christianity. I was just around it on the outskirts. So no, I never wanted to go back, because once I started doing my path and my journey of self and learning who I was, really who I was beyond this flesh,
Right.
then why would I go back? You know, ignorance is not bliss.
Yes. Yes. You were so right about
so
that.
true.
That's
I'm
so true. And I. Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say,
I
same
don't
here.
know
I
about
asked.
the lag in the system or whatever, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't
There's
hear what
always
you asked.
It's always that evil spirit trying to mess something positive up. um, yeah, same here. I'm saying I'm right with you. I asked a preacher a question years ago when I was going to the church, stuff like that, and the answer I got was just it was ridiculous. And I couldn't believe it's right here. It says it right here. You trying to tell me it doesn't say it, like. So that's one of the reasons why I got, I pushed away from, a lot of it. Yeah.
I
So,
think
I'm s- I'm
oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
it broke up completely after you said you asked a preacher a question yourself.
oh no, I was saying I asked a preacher a question myself about, certain scripture in the Bible that just really didn't make sense. And he was trying to tell me it did make sense. And I'm like, it doesn't. And, he couldn't explain it and nothing like that. So that's what kind of one of the reasons why left the church, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is gonna say,
You
Fee?
know,
Oh, no, you can go ahead, guys.
oh no, I was just gonna say, what attracts and keep people in the church, I believe, is the community aspect. And we need more opportunities to have community that's not necessarily church centered.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm with you with that. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, how do you feel about people they getting into spirituality now? You know, a lot of young people are starting to get into it. Like, any advice for them?
They showing up and showing out. They got a lot of heart and stuff, and they calling the older generation out on their bullshit. I think that we need to listen to them and maybe get some advice from them, you know, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
our generation is stuck, and caught up in that. And the younger generation, they seem to have some eyes to see. That's why it's such a trend, and it's a great time. I think it's a great time to really be alive and dwell into your spirituality and stuff, because it's so much information, and it's so many more people that you can connect with and identify with, and chances for opportunity with that type of, with a more open belief system. Whereas with our generation, you basically kind of got like put into a category and ridiculed or whatever, like. So my advice for them is to not just do everything on the internet, though, to pick up a book and actually read the book, though, because the internet, when you're doing searches on online, that's filtered information, so you still need to
Mm-hmm.
read books.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, you definitely right about
I
that.
think they doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
I
it. I
mean,
love young people. Man, they on the money.
yeah.
They are. They are. They are. And the thing is, with them, because I look at us and our brains as a human biocomputer, and we had a lot of programming that we're doing rewriting code over. Whereas with the youth, they're coming in with the original coding of the knowledge, so it's different, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say the next generation always comes in smarter than the one before.
Yeah.
And I think our generation, Gen X, I'm speaking for me, very smart.
Gen X smart. I'm right on the edge, millennial and Gen X. I'm an 81 baby. So I'm right
So
there on the edge. Yeah.
You 81? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm older than y'all.
Yeah, I'm right behind. I'm 82.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, right
yeah.
behind. Yeah. Well, that during that time, it's a special time because it's still, got some of that old school, but that new school, like it's a interesting perspective to have on history.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Wow.
and still old enough to party.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're so
Absolutely.
right about that.
Yeah, people
Hmm.
have a lot of church, experiences, and I
Hmm.
think, I mean, I had a lot of experiences in the church, good, bad, you know, nothing that ever really made me want to leave um Christianity. People church hop and you go from church to church because you get mad over here and you get mad with people because they just say nobody's perfect, no church is perfect. So I never really stopped going to church because of people or what happened in the church, but just information. Just coming across, like Dr. Hagens and Carlton Pearson and because at first I was a conscious Christian. It took forever for me to let go of my Jesus. Oh no. I could
Mhm.
believe a lot of stuff, but you can't take my Jesus, you know. And Dr. Ray broke it down for me. And Dr. Ray took my Jesus.
Oh man,
There was no
that's
turning back, no turning back from there. Once Dr. Ray took him, that was it, you know.
Yeah.
And and I love it because, we went from, pastors and bishops and preachers to literally overnight to like we do. Like my husband literally shut it down. It ain't real,
Mm.
shut it down, shut down the whole church. So
wow.
yeah, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. It was a lot, but we can breathe. We can sleep at night. We not adhere to none of those, crazy antics and all of this and the judgment and the rules, man. Y'all keep that. I don't care.
Mm,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, goddess. Far as this, spirituality, you do you like teach it to other people, or you just
Well, have been working on developing a workshop. I haven't launched it yet, but I just kind of teach it a little bit, like in passing to people different techniques. But I've been working on a workshop called Change Your Perspective, Change Your Reality. And it's basically what I would call a just a basic, quick course in manifesting reality and stories you tell yourself, and quantum physics, because
mm,
quantum science is basically what they're showing, what spirituality is them finally catching up to what we've already known, but it's with a certain scientific proof, like the double slit experiment. Are you guys familiar with the double slit experiment?
I'm not. I'm not.
No. So the double split experiment is basically where they were shooting pods of electrons through these two little slits, right? Now, when they shot it through one, it made a certain type of wave on the back wall. And then when they shot it through the two, it went through either slit, and it made a certain pattern. But what they noticed is that when they weren't observing it, they could not predict which slit it would go through with the double slit. And basically, and I'm probably not explaining it as thoroughly as I could. It's a cartoon on YouTube like that
Okay.
explains it a little bit better. But basically, it breaks down to the mere observation of reality changes how reality behaves.
Mm,
So with knowing that reality changes based off of the observer, then you have to ask yourself, based off of who I am, the story I tell myself from my perspective, how am I really seeing reality? And then it can, so that's just like one aspect of like quantum physics and how, people with manifestation and prayer and stuff like that, like, that's being proved. I think I mentioned to you the other day about the Dr. Emoto Rice experiment with how we talk to ourselves, that on the
yeah.
cellular level, by us being mostly water. And Dr. Emoto's a Japanese scientist who did a study of water and the water crystals and labeled them with different things, some positive, some negative. Some of it had been
Mm,
prayed over by Buddhist monks. And when he did the pictures of the crystalline structure of the water, you can see a very clear difference and how it would look based off of if you say yuck I hate you versus I love you. It's very different crystalline structure. Yeah, so it's just like, to me, science is catching up with what spirituality already knew, or what we knew before organized religion, and how those were told in different stories, to us.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Man. And you
Yeah.
say there's a cartoon on it?
So it's an animation for the double slit
Animation. Okay.
experiment. Yeah.
Okay.
For the Dr. Emoto, if you just put Dr. Emoto up in YouTube, a whole bunch of videos will come up about his stuff. I mean, people that replicated the experiment with rice and everything,
Mm.
and how that affects it. Your what you say to it. It's just really interesting. Like, I think, like, now again, we're in the age of Aquarius. Technology, information is abundant, but we're
Yeah.
starting to catch up and really understand the science that you can't see, which is the quantum world, or what people call astral world, quantum world, astral world, one and the same.
Mhm.
Is catching up. We're starting to understand that now, you know.
Mhm.
And the biological world, as above, so below, as within, so without, on a micro level and stuff. If we look at how our bodies work and stuff, it's the mirror of how the universe works.
Mm.
Okay,
Wow,
okay,
man,
yeah.
that's powerful, man.
I
Yeah.
think into that a little bit at first when I someone said to me that water is just basically memory. Like, oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Yes.
And it's
Yes.
interesting when you think about it, because what do they bless you with? Holy water.
You're right, right.
You know?
uh,
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
why,
that's
wow.
even when they tell, that's why praying over your food or blessing your food is important, because it changes the vibration, the structure of it, just by a
mhm.
spoken
Mhm.
word. That's why, even like, my thing is also, when you on spiritual journey, don't just throw Christianity away, because like Christianity, Islam, all the major religions still have bits of the truth and things in it. You know what I mean? But it
Mhm.
says in the Bible, like the spoken word, like God spoke and there was this, and so that show you, if we made in God image based off of the Bible, right? Then that means we could
Yes.
speak our reality into existence as well. We have that power too. We have all the powers.
Yes, we
Yeah.
definitely have all the powers. We definitely have all the powers. Yes, yes. Um,
Power make
power who?
the power makers.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, and I learned too on this journey is you like it's not everybody's time to uh I guess wake up. You got to give people time, and you know just because I got into my journey don't mean everybody else is going to be on a journey just that fast. It takes time for a lot of people. And I
Yeah.
had to learn the hard way because I'm like, okay, why they don't do this? Why they talking like this? But I had to understand. Somebody told me like, no, you got to give them time. So
It's like older Christians, you know, they just don't get it, and a lot of them won't, to be honest, and it's sad, you know, that older
yeah,
Christian not gonna get it because they're not understanding what's going on.
mm,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, they say there's this study of, like, some people don't have an inner voice, right? Where
Hmm.
they have inner dialogue. Like, everybody doesn't have that. So that has to make you really wonder, when it comes to critical thinking. If you don't
Yeah.
have no inner dialogue, how you gonna be able to critically think?
mhm,
Because the inner dialogue, to me, at least for myself, is actually having a conversation. Like, it'll be questions. I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that's interesting. You know, um, And if they don't have that voice, I'm just very curious. That would make a lot of sense on why some people are where they are. But also understanding that, we're all supposed to be at a different space. If this planet, this dimension is supposed to be not perfect, but more like a school or a place for souls to learn and grow and perfect, then
Yes.
everybody is not going to be graduating at the same time. Just like you got some
Hmm.
people who starting off at kindergarten level and some who can, come in as a seniors and stuff and the ones in between. And you got your masters, the so yeah, there's having compassion though, because of the fact that they just don't know what they don't know, and
Yeah.
that's what gotta look out for babies and fools.
Yes. That is so real. That is so real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But we're glad to see Simply Nisha. We're glad that you're on your spiritual journey.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
Nisha. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep growing.
Because it
Yes.
definitely will happen. You just got to be open to it. I look at it as, I always say, you know what you know when you need to know it. So whenever you need to know something, it'll come around, it'll manifest some type of way. If
Yeah.
it's to somebody or if it's you'll see something or it'll come away, and you'll be like, okay, around here we say, okay, I see a universe. The universe is working. And what's funny is I had to be somewhere, at an hour before, and I had done laid down and I done rested. And 1 minute before I needed to be there, my husband just mentions the person. And I was like, oh my God. So I run trying to get my shoes on and everything and run out the door. And I literally got there just in time as that person was pulling up.
Mm.
So I was like, man, that really was the universe because 5 more minutes, I'd have been asleep.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that was a new universe for sure.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, got it. So tell us what else. So do you make clothes?
I revamp
Cause I
clothes.
cause I be seeing you like your dress code be cold, boy.
Yeah, so I will say when I dress, everything from head to toe be curated, because
Okay.
that's an expression of myself. It's an
Yeah.
extension of myself, of my vibe, of my energy I'm feeling. I
Mhm.
definitely dress according to mood.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have my vibrations and even
Yeah.
certain colors I wear if I'm trying to attract certain energy, because it is an extension of us. Clothes, we speak through clothes.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
right.
we
Yeah.
when you get to textures and fabrics, a lot of times when you go over to Africa and stuff at one time, that's how you can identify who is who based
Mhm.
off of what they was wearing. you know
Where?
um and even ceremonial clothing for times, rites of passages and whatnot. So yeah, when I'm dressing, I'm definitely dressing to express myself. But even more so, what I take pride in is going resale shopping and finding something and being able to put it together and be like, I got this nice fly ass outfit. I feel good. I look good. And guess what? I only paid $20 for it.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always go
Um.
back. It's not the clothes. It's the person. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's how I always been like that. So I can
Yeah.
go buy
To
something
make
for $20 and still look nice. I get compliments everywhere I go.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
had a saying that I used to say, it's not about what you rock, it's about how you rock what you got.
There you go. That's another good one. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's the right there.
copyright.
Right, right. Definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, but I love being having access to being able to do that. Those different sites where you can just say, "Well, I'm gonna make this a T-shirt," and You can make the t-shirt and go out there in your own t-shirt. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
to me that's just real. That's awesome.
It
I know
is.
Simply Nisha. She does that type of stuff also.
That's what's
Okay,
up.
Yeah.
Nisha. All right, Nisha,
Hmm.
we gonna have to lock in. I'm gonna chime in with you soon.
Digital
Yep.
creator. She
Okay.
creates a lot of different things for children. She has two little
Oh
kids.
wow. That's
Hmm.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So everybody don't have it, or everybody doesn't
Mhm.
tap into it. Because that nine ether beings, we have it. We just got to tap into it. We just let people strip it away from us. Because I know whatever I set my mind on to do, I can do it. I just got to take the time to do it.
Mhm. That is
Absolutely.
true. Absolutely. Whatever you set your mind to, you can definitely do it. Definitely do it. Like you said, take the time and do it. There's
Yep.
so many distractions out there, but let go of the distractions and get to it. That's why I say get to it. So but yeah. Goddess, I want to
Hmm.
touch a little bit on the unk just a little bit. I know we was talking about it before.
Yeah.
Um, to the people who don't know what's the meaning of it, can you break it down to them?
Right. So, um, the Ankh is the Egyptian symbol for life, and um, it represents the womb and the phallic symbol combined. And you will see a lot of it, like a lot of goddesses wearing it. Like it's on Isis's horn. I mean, not horn, on her crown. Why am I saying horn, child? Lord Jesus. Um, even like Sekhmet, she has it on her
Mhm.
crown as well. So that's one symbolic symbol of it, and that would probably be the most universal understanding of it. But there's also another understanding that it was used as a tool for freak to channel frequency and energy through as well. And that you can actually, like, an electromagnetic tool. And there's a book on it. Let me called The Ankh. I don't recall who the um author is, but the book is called The Ankh, and it's it talks about that in there as far as the actual tool and like copper and all that type of stuff of using it. But to my understanding, like for me, that was like a tattoo that I actually got a tattoo of an Ankh, and
Okay.
for me it's just a symbol of life,
Right.
represents the circle. And I was thinking about it even deeper today, like, how you have it says, oh, a circle on top of a T. It definitely has a womb esque to it, because you have the womb at the top, and even the sides look like the fallopian tubes going down into the actual vaginal canal. So
Hmm.
it's I think that symbols have layered meanings, and the more that you understand and that you get off into understanding the self, the more that those downloads will come to you and what it represents.
Definitely. Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. Yeah. Like you
And for
said,
me,
we represent life. Not not death. Represent life.
the,
That's
Yeah.
how I look
it's,
at it. Yeah. Yeah.
the cross represents death, and the ankh
Yes.
represents life.
Right.
And
We
I
teach.
had somebody at work, why you wearing that? That's evil. So I was wearing the I wore it to work. And he was sitting next to me, he was wearing the cross. He's like, that's evil. That's evil. So I had to cut him up right quick. He ain't say nothing after that. After I broke it down too.
It got to be
But you wear what you want to wear, that too, but you know.
Well, that's because they take the symbolism and they put it in these different movies.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then and then that goes into brainwashing because I mean, yeah, it's a movie, but at the end of the day, people still just be looking at it, and you're in a dark space. Your higher self, your consciousness is absorbing that. So, yeah, they fear, ignorance and fear go hand in hand
Yeah.
because people fear what they don't know and don't understand.
Understand. That is so true.
And they
That is
take
so
it
true.
personally, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't take it personally. Just take the information, just
Mhm.
take because you can get the information. Is it the fact that I'm saying it, and because I used to be a Christian, that you're
Mhm.
offended and that your soul is hurt and that your heart is hurt?
Mhm.
Or would you rather hear it from another source? Because the
Mhm.
fact that it is what it is, the information don't change. You just don't like the fact that I'm telling you, you know?
You know what I think it is, Fee? Is that I think that for people, and I was just talking to my daughter, she's in college, and we were just talking about, people's identities through different organizations and that becoming their personality. And I
Mm,
think that a lot of times people, when their foundation is Christianity and that's their whole personality, their whole foundation, to question that, for them to question that would be almost like questioning their very existence. And people have a hard time really grappling with that. They have a hard time really taking responsibility for themselves and not being able to and blame something else outside of themselves for their actions and accountability. And so I think that's what it is a lot of times with people, why they become so impassioned and offended.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because they definitely get offended.
Hmm.
We
And
do.
and I
Yeah, they
know
be
I
ready to
was
fight.
that way, so,
For
I
real.
guess that's we all were, you know,
Yeah.
but, but
Yeah.
now that, the information is out there, it's in the air, it's in the frequency, you can't
Yeah.
deny it. A lot of people are listen to me, when they're interested, in what I have to say, and they're like, "Wow, that's interesting." And then when I start talking about they God, especially black people, they get, oh, just now you can understand the other information about our counterparts and how they did this and how they did that, and you can understand that, and you want justice, and you want it. They did this and they stole this from us. So why can't you come to the reality that that Bible is a part of the same system? But
That is the question that we all want the answer to. Because I always say, I don't understand how you could ever really fully believe in a faith that was basically forced upon the ancestors, that was not our original belief system. And then anything that really belonged to us, you fear and call devil,
yeah,
or evil. But
yeah,
it's still it's still some of our stuff up in there though, and that's where hoodoo come into play because you
right.
know
Yeah, I'm
they
building
still,
me an altar now.
yeah.
Yeah, it got some it got some hidden jewels in that. I mean not hidden, but it got some jewels in there and in the Bible, some things, but like I said, but we're not in the age of believing no more. We're in the age of knowing now.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's and I listened to Dr. Kaba. He wrote a book called Spirituality Before Religion. He breaks down how our people were spiritual before religion came upon us. When they came here in 1492, you know, and like you said, it's just forced it on us. Basically, it was forced on us. So, but we waking up now. A lot of us are knowing who we are, and we stepping into our power, and we coming together like us right here, our three of us, and finding our tribe.
Yeah.
And I had to let go a lot of people too that knew this information, like you
Mhm.
said, was master teachers, but they was all about money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I really stopped following them people. I really did. So yeah,
Because if you are who you say you are, then you know how to manifest the money.
yeah,
That part.
yeah,
That
Mhm.
part.
hmm
Yeah, you know how to
yeah.
do it. I listened to Melly, was it Melly Mel or Melly Will or some guy, I don't even know his name, but he always, all of his songs about how to manifest money, how to manifest money, and I,
Listen, manifestation is energy. It's a frequency. Money is a currency, so you can
It's
just
crazy.
tap into the current too. And yes, there's a lot of different ways to manifest. I think that when you really tap in, you do tap in. You don't need to necessarily have to charge for everything or be a salesman.
Yeah, you don't have to do all that. If you got the information, share with your brethren, with your people.
Right.
You want to charge. And do I understand? It's hard. It's a lot of work sometimes and getting information, but saying you ain't got to charge and you doing just for money stuff like that. No, I don't need to follow you. I'm okay. So yeah, but where we at? Where we at,
yeah,
Fee?
we're doing just fine. We're at
Doing just
51
fine.
minutes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We yeah,
Okay.
y'all go, you go. If not, then we can still keep it talking because I enjoy.
So
I'm a lot from everybody, and I appreciate the journey. I don't look at it as I'm an elder and I want to know, honey. I want to know if it come from a baby. Tell me, because I want my life to be better. I'm at
Absolutely.
mhm.
why I gotta live, on this side of the River Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Why we can't cross over?
Right.
All the tools make that shit happen. I'm
Right.
I'm not finna get down on my knees. I'm not finna do none of that. It's already there.
It's
You
already
know,
there.
I
Yeah.
got it. Get it. I'm about to go look for this video to show y'all.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, what's your take on music, the music industry right now?
You know, the music industry is wide open now because you have streaming, which is
Yes.
so easy. Like before, you had to buy CDs. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
easier for different artists now for them to be able to have a platform for different, variety of artists and music and frequencies to be able to put their stuff out for you to be able to listen to. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I think it's wonderful because in a way that we have access and stuff. You got TikTok. I mean, I've come up on some real dope artists on TikTok, and they be
Okay.
talking some real good. They be conscious music, and when I mean conscious, like
Yes.
just on what I'm trying to listen to, vibration,
Mm-hmm.
frequency. I use music for manifesting. Like even in
So,
my ringtone is a song that deal with manifesting. Even my text message and stuff, like sound. So music is sound. We live in a universe which is one voice, sound, one verse. Sound is
right.
all sound frequency. um I think that it's wide open right now with the way the internet is, so it allows you to have access to all kind of music. But it's a flip side to that too, because I mean you got people who coming out with some real crazy shit. They talking about they killing their significant others, and then like you got all of this significant other people, like couples being killed and stuff like that, like uh um domestic violence and stuff like that. So it's a flip side to that. So you got to be wary and careful of what you're putting into your body, into your
Yes.
mind.
Into your mind.
um
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and what you're listening to. But it's definitely wide open now because we have access to it, and other artists are able to use these platforms to really share their music and not have to go through these labels.
Yeah, that is so true, and that's why I started my label, Frequency Higher Entertainment. I'm bringing back more conscious music, more spiritual music. It's a lot of spiritual artists that's coming up. That's doing great. People starting to notice them now. Like
Hmm.
Neptune Double XL, man. She's oh man, she got it. She got it. I love listening to her. So
Okay.
and there's other artists too. There's so many of them now. I forget all their names, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do to my label. I got a meeting coming up soon with my cousin who's a co-owner. So we go sit down, come together so we can get ready to open up a recording studio soon and start looking for them artists that, speak, on a higher frequency, so yeah, I can't wait for that.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
wait, I'm excited about all of that. That's new to me. So I didn't even know
oh
that
yeah,
was a thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Fee.
this-
We
uh,
finna do it, Fee. You a part of everything that we do, you a part of it,
right there, y'all ain't leaving me.
uh,
This
yeah.
is like who I'm into.
Okay.
Taking a long. All right, another one.
That's dope.
Okay. Yeah,
I
who was
like
that?
that.
Oh, okay. I think I heard him before. Okay.
Oh, that's the guy right there. Okay. All right.
I literally get paid. Yeah, so for me, those are
Okay.
like different type of stuff
Yeah, definitely.
just to kind of get me going.
That's dope.
Definitely.
That's
Yeah, that
dope.
is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need I mean, of course, you're not gonna never hear nothing like that on the radio. I
Mm,
mean, like back in the day, we had balanced music. The music was balanced. The '80s, of course, the '80s, but the '90s, of course, it was still balanced. Even the early 2000s was balanced, and after that, it's just they changed the frequency. They messed with the frequency in the music. So
yeah,
man,
I heard
it
one time that when they did that transfer over, that kind of messed up everything. Can you explain that a little bit?
they did the transfer over to. Are you
Like,
talking
was it
about
like
when they
the
went to streaming?
yeah, something with the monologue that when we went from the different frequencies on the radio and it's like no longer AM, FM, and they was giving you remember they was giving you these boxes you had to attach to your TV because you wasn't in the right frequency. And ever since that
Oh
moment,
yeah, 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 I did.
going crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that. That has something to do with it too. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
You're definitely
Yeah.
right about that. And like I said, then like when the record labels came in and really started offering all this artists all this money, but I want you to rap about this or sing about this, keeping them in a low vibrational state of mind, and you will get your song play on the radio. We'll push you to be on top and stuff like that. After a lot of people took it. A lot of people took that money and they still taking the money and still in a low vibrational state of mind. And a couple of them are smart. A couple of females, they went to college and everything. So I'm like, why is they? But a lot of them do it for the money. They do it for the money, man. It's really sad. It's really
Well,
sad.
I will say this is that I wouldn't necessarily go into, I don't want to call it persecution mode or critical mode on different artists and stuff, because you have those energies and frequencies, but the problem is too much of that and not enough balance with the other stuff,
Yeah,
because
I
there
agree.
very much is the tantric goddess and energy and stuff like that, and the dark feminine energy, just like it is with the, and people are scared of that and everything, and that energy is demonized and has constantly been demonized, even from Christianity all the way up through to even the conscious so community, with putting women in this uh the goddess in this position of, oh, you have to be so presenting a certain way, which is, a more motherly, they usually embrace is embraced in a way of, oh, we embrace the motherly way, we embrace the mother, we embrace the faithful wife. But when it comes to what people will consider the quote unquote sacred whore or the dark feminine goddess energy, then that is persecuted. So I see
Okay.
a lot of that coming up with some of the music and stuff, and that is, yeah, people have, is very one-sided, because for like, even with you saying like in the 90s, it being a balance, in what way, honey? They was definitely dogging the women out and stuff like that. It was not no balance and everything. It was calling the women, just for the sake of wanting stability and security, gold diggers. Okay.
You can go ahead, goddess.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
saying that it needs to be balanced. Like, I don't think that we need to come off like, oh, like all of that is just terrible, because all type of realities and energies and all type of frequencies. And when you even look at the different deities and the different rishas, they had their own drama going on.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
look
You're
at
right.
some of the
You're right.
sacred stories and the mythologies. So we have to be careful of, like, not, when we become conscious of not carrying that the Christianity dogmatism into the new spiritual belief.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
learning process.
Yeah.
only why I said balance in the '90s, because you're right. They was talking about a lot of women, degrading the women and everything in the '90s. But we also had, we had Nas playing on the radio. We had De La Soul playing on the radio. Artists like that who was like a little bit more positive and stuff like that. That's why I said it was just a little bit more. But we had more Tupac songs playing on the radio, Dear Mama, and
Yeah, I
stuff
get
like that.
that. But
That's why I said it was a little bit balanced. Yeah.
my question to you would be, are people listening to the radio right now? I don't know when the last time I listened to the radio. Most people are listening to
No.
streaming. They listening to like their artists, the streaming, and maybe coming across different artists in TikTok. I honestly can't tell
Yeah.
you the last time I listened to the radio.
Yeah, I don't even really listen to it either. I mean, sometimes you in the car, they don't got no thing to hook up or whatever to the car or whatever. You would listen to the radio, or sometimes you be going out and people to play their music. Like, man, they playing, but because you on this
Yeah,
journey, you like what they listen. But that's just them. Sometimes you just rock with it. Sometimes,
Every
but
once
yeah,
in a
as far
while.
as the radio, ain't nobody really listen to the radio like that. Like you said, streaming apps now, YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I can say it is more positive music starting to really, really come back. So it's just taking a little bit of time, And hey, it can start with me to really push it with my label. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah,
so but that's why I will do it. There we go. I will do it.
definitely. Yeah.
Yep. So
Goddess Kimmy coming through. We appreciate you, Goddess, coming through.
Thank you
hey,
for
Golden
having me.
Rule.
Sorry it
Golden
was
Rule,
off to a
peace,
rough
peace, peace.
start.
It's
I was
okay.
talking
It's okay.
about
We need to hear you.
Yep.
sacred key. Hmm. We ain't
Yeah,
got
we
rid of
got
you.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Fee. I'm sorry.
I was saying she ain't going yet. I was just addressing the room. She don't go nowhere. She
Oh
still.
yeah. Yeah, we see Sacred Keys in the building. I would love for you, Goddess, to introduce you to Golden Rule. She's amazing. Believe y'all will be on the same frequency, man. For
Absolutely.
real.
I
For
look forward
real.
to it.
Yes. I would love for you. We would love for you to be a part of what we got going on too. But we'll talk later more about that.
Okay.
Um, so tell us, what else you got going on. You say you got the got your business going. So
Hmm.
and
Well,
where can they reach you at? Where can they your platforms too?
okay. You could reach me
Put it in the chat.
on Instagram for at Cleo the Shiro. I'm at Cleo the Shiro on Instagram. On Facebook is Cindy Cleo, CYNDYCLEO. And yeah, them pretty much the two platforms I'm mainly on.
Okay.
Yeah. And as far as what I got going on right now, I'm just kind of re reassessing some things and everything. I'm working still on getting a workshop together so I can execute that. And also, I'm working on a deck of Oracle cards that I plan on releasing
Okay.
within the next year. So,
Okay.
Well, I'll be
I saw
looking
you.
forward
You definitely gonna have to support. And I'll definitely be contacting you too soon. Talk to you about some more things that we got going. Maybe you want to join us. All on this journey with us, and work with us too. If you have some time. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
I'm open to that for sure.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
to. Yeah, I always say join the
Um,
movement because it's blowing up. Get in right now.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
definitely.
The universe is really bringing us together, man. I've been so excited, amazed by everybody that's joining this movement. It's a small tribe, but we, like I said, we building. We're building. We're building something special. You know.
Definitely, it's definitely going to worldwide. You know, most definitely going to be
Yes.
worldwide. It's not just
Yes.
something that's just going to be located in one area. It's definitely going to be worldwide.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, while we got time, I want to say, I thank both of y'all, man. I'm from the top of my heart for even taking the time out. Everything is time, everything is energy. So
Mhm.
I really thank y'all. I got a couple of things I got going. I got the frequency higher apparel.
Mhm.
Um, I can reach that on Instagram at underscore frequency higher apparel. I got that going. What else we got going? We got the frequency higher talk, of course,
Mhm.
podcast. So anybody want to come on the podcast and spread the love, spread your information, positivity, come on the podcast. Follow the podcast at frequency higher underscore talk underscore pod. So got that going. And we got the frequency higher entertainment. So we're gonna be looking for some artists real soon, artists, producers, conscious artists, spiritual artists, producers, engineers. We're gonna be looking for that soon. You can follow that on frequency higher underscore entertainment. I think I said that right. I got so many going on. But it connect with y'all. So yeah.
That's great. I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I sing, but I don't know nothing about the contest entertainment. So if they need some backup singers, I got
Yes. Come on, get on the mic when we get to the studio, Fee. For real. We gonna need all the positive
guys.
frequency. All the guys is the guys, come through. So
Ashe. Ashe.
I say.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I definitely appreciate, God, as you coming on and sharing your information with us and
Thank
being
you for
patient.
having me. Now, thank you for being patient. I think it was on my end because the internet down in this area of the city just it is kind of crazy. So,
Yeah, I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely,
Definitely
definitely.
yep.
appreciate everybody that's come through. We got some comments, and I'm going to respond. We appreciate everybody coming through, all of the love
Yeah,
and all the support. The frequency higher talk. And God, what else you want to say? You gonna take us out of here?
yeah, believe it or not, God is both of y'all. This is my first time on the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the first two times my computer was acting up, but Fee, her husband, they took care of the first two episodes, first three, whatever, knocked it out,
Gotcha.
did great, so but yeah, this is
Okay.
my first time on here, so
Wow. Okay.
Energy, great
so
energy.
yeah,
That's
yeah. Okay, I got to get on here this time. So I might not be on all of them. I'm letting the co-host Fee, her husband he uh do the podcast. I got so much other stuff going on, but every now and then I will pop up, chime in, and be on here.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
well,
So, but yes,
great. Well,
guys, I'm gonna contact you soon. Talk to you about some
Okay.
things,
All right.
and we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a powerful rest of the day, powerful
All
day.
right. Thank you, y'all
definitely.
Peace,
too.
peace,
Peace.
peace.
God bless.
I say, I
Bye bye.
say.
Peace.
Fee. Okay. Fee, you still there?
I'm trying to. Guess I'm doing all right. There we go.